Hey everybody, it's Jake Mace, your vegan athlete, and in this video today I'm going to show you an awesome tour of Shamus O'Leary's tropical fruit trees. I went over there to Glendale and he's got an incredible spread of edible trees, spring inventory that's really fantastic. The healthiest trees in town, great prices, and a selection of 8,000 plus trees, unparalleled in the Phoenix area. And I've planted many of them over the years. You guys may or may not know that Shamus O'Leary and I are good friends, and we do like to garden together, so we planted a lot of trees together. One of them was this lychee tree, or lychee tree, and today, for the first time ever, I walked out in the garden, I noticed that the new growth he's putting off actually has flowers. My sweetheart lychee tree from Shamus O'Leary's I planted about a year and a half ago is flowering for the first time. It's in an incredible microclimate. Everything from microclimates to soil preparation to exotic and rare fruits. I've learned so much, and I think it's time for us to support Shamus O'Leary so that he is here for years to come for our gardening needs, because I want to continue to grow my own food at home, and Shamus is a key part of that. He works really hard to bring incredible trees to Phoenix, to grow incredible trees in Phoenix, and to take care of them so that they're the healthiest trees in town. And he has an incredible property that encompasses 2 to 3 acres in Glendale, Arizona. He's been working with the city of Glendale to make sure that he's doing everything by the book to sell trees, and he has a really important hearing coming up on March the 2nd. If you guys are watching from Phoenix or Tempe or Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, Tempe, wherever you're watching from, anybody from any city can go and support him. We want to make a presence that local gardeners are supporting one of our own, and that we're going to support local gardeners like Shamus. So on March the 2nd, at Glendale Community College at 6 p.m. Please come and show up. I'll be there. We can meet and talk in person. I'll be totally open to chat with everybody that shows up. And I'm gonna go there to support my friend Shamus because he's meeting in front of the Planning and Zoning Department and the City Council of Glendale. And they're going to be having a zoning hearing just to give him the legal right to hook us up with trees out of his amazing property in Glendale. So let's get to the tour of Shamus O'Leary's from last week. The information for the hearing that I really want you guys to all show up at is in the bottom of the screen right now, and also the description and comments below this video. March the 2nd, 6 p.m. at Glendale Community College. Bring yourself and all your friends. If you live in Glendale or not, I want you all to be there. We want to make a visual support of our friend Shamus so that we have incredible gardens in years to come. So see the info down below. Contact me at my Urban Gardening in Arizona Facebook group. You can also email me at jakemace.com or check me out on Instagram at jakemacetaichi. Let's get to the tour, and I'll see you guys on March the 2nd to support my friend Shamus. Hey everybody, it's Jake Mace, the vegan athlete, over here at Shamus O'Leary's Tropical Fruit Tree Nursery. I love being here. It feels good, it looks good, it's full of edible goodness. And I'm all about gardening with edible trees and plants at home. That's what you guys do here.
Yep, that's what we do.
And you're full today.
We are full.
And you are loaded with amazing edible trees here, of all different sizes. You have some monster 25 gallons, 35 gallons, also 3 gallons, all different sizes. This is the most trees I've ever seen you have before.
We've got a lot right now.
It's
pretty
beautiful.
heavy with inventory.
I mean, just behind us, you can see the amount of bio-intensity. It's really breathtaking. It looks great.
Thank you.
And you're gonna show us today some of the key trees that you love here at your nursery.
Right, definitely.
Let's get started.
Okay.
And now behind me is another forest of a different variety of tree. What are all these trees behind me?
This is one of my favorites, one of the easiest trees to grow here in Phoenix. This is the carambola, otherwise known as starfruit. Make really good container plants.
Okay.
They can also be put in the ground. They will acclimate to full sun as they mature, and they will start to take a little bit more cold every year as they mature and the roots get established.
And I've seen Phoenix area growers have success with them in containers or in the ground.
Correct.
So whatever your desire is. And this one even has a bunch of little baby fruit on them ready to ripen.
Yeah, now these here are 25 gallon sized trees. These actually had about 80 fruit on each of these trees a week ago. But then of course when we move them, the fruit falls off. But
I see.
These are already mature, so going into next winter, you'll grow enough fruit off the tree to recover the cost of the tree itself. Because fruit retail for about $7 a piece here in Phoenix.
Right.
And those aren't fresh.
Exactly.
They're no good.
Yeah.
So if you can get, even 50 fruit off of the tree, you're good to go the first year.
You paid for the tree.
Right.
That's amazing. They look so healthy and so good. They look ready to go in the ground right now.
Yeah, they are.
Now, this is an exciting area of Shamus O'Leary's because it's mangoes. And you and I went to go check out a lady who was growing full mature, 25, 30 plus foot tall mango trees in Phoenix. They can watch the video right here of that visit. And how many different varieties of mangoes do you have here?
75.
75 varieties.
75.
So the regular mango in the store is not the only one that exists.
That's not even a mango. What you get in the store is garbage.
We want the more rare and delicious mangoes.
Right.
Right.
Well, we have here a lot of coconut creams, cogshalls, pickerings, fruit punch, ugly Betty, southern blush, raposas, you name it for the most part.
And people of different parts of the world, whether it's India, Mexico, they all have mangoes they grew up with.
Yep.
And you've got varieties for every different culture.
Latinos generally like the Kents, the Keats, the Manilas. The Indians like the Alfonsos, the Malikas, the Alampur Banashanes, the Jangaharis. So we've got something for everybody. The Asians like the Nam Dak Mais and the Okrans and Neelams. So we've got a little bit of everything here.
And do they really taste that different depending on what variety it is?
Definitely. Yeah.
We did a mango tasting together that showcased some of the fruit punch and pineapple pleasure and coconut creams.
Right.
That's also you can watch right here. And it was amazing to me how mangoes had such a variety of styles.
Correct.
It was incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of different flavors. Yeah. And the cool thing about mangoes is that they will grow here in the Phoenix area. They do require a little bit of cold protection when we get below freezing, but many of the mangoes can be container grown.
Right.
So there's some dwarf mangoes, and then if you want something that's going to grow a little larger, you can put those in the ground. We have those as well too. So there's no reason that every yard should not have a type of mango tree growing.
And all of your mangoes here are grafted, so they're going to fruit quickly.
Correct. We never sell seedling mangoes. We don't sell any 1 gallon mangoes. So the smallest size we start are 3 gallon, year to year and a half old, and then they'll go on up to 65 gallon. So,
I mean, not only here at Shamus O'Leary's, not only do you have different sizes, you have 75 varieties, but just the overall health of the leaves. Like, look at the leaf. So when people come here and are buying a mango like this one where my hand is, I mean, that leaf looks perfect. So they're going to be starting with a healthy tree, no matter if they're putting it in a container or the ground.
If anything is half dead or sickly, we don't put it out.
You don't even
it
put
gets
it out.
composted. We don't even waste time with it.
Right.
The trees look the way they do because they're fed properly and watered properly. So that's something that we will educate the customer with. Hey, this is what we're using. This is what you want to continue.
Right.
And you'll be good to go.
Right. That's amazing. As we're walking to the next zone of Shamus O'Leary's, we have these different kinds of long-ons or long-ends, the dragon eye fruit trees that look so amazing. Coming over this way, we have the sapote, the mamey sapote, which if you've ever had a mamey sapote, that's my personal favorite fruit of all time. And there's a whole wall of mamey sapote trees right here. So, next on our tour, you wanted to show this tree, and I have no idea what this is, so enlighten me.
This is something special that I've been working on, trying to get one of my growers to allow me to purchase the past 3 years, and they didn't want to part with them. Finally, allowed me to get one of them for my personal collection. Okay. This here is a jackfruit. Oh. The cool thing about this is actually a Costa Rican red jackfruit. Wow. So it's a different type of jackfruit.
Now, I love jackfruit.
Okay.
But I don't know what a Costa Rican red jackfruit is.
It's a jackfruit that's red from Costa Rica.
It's actually colored red.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in the Phoenix area this size before.
No. Now, this here has been grown in a container. We're going to actually put it into the new structure that we're building. Okay. Because they're going to need cold protection below about 40. Right. So this is something we're going to experiment with and see if it can be done here in the Phoenix area with proper microclimate conditions. We're starting with a more mature tree, so we don't have to worry about sensitivity with the young plants. It's going to have cold protection, it's going to have shade in the summer, good food, good water. We'll give it a go. And jackfruit are about this big. Yeah. They can be. Yeah. Or bigger. They're very spiky on the outside, but delicious on the inside. They almost have different kind of pockets of fruit that taste like juicy fruit gum, which is actually the flavoring for the gum. Correct. That's amazing. So beyond the miracle fruit trees, there's this one, and I know because I've been in tropical climates before, this is a chocolate tree. Correct. Cacao tree. Yeah, this is specifically yellow cacao. Yellow cacao. Yep. So the fruit it puts off will be yellow. Right. Wow, this is a crazy big tree. Yeah, this one here is about 5 years old. Okay. It's already fruited. This is actually going to go into my personal collection in the arboretum that we're building in the back. We're going to experiment with it. They generally don't do real well in here in Phoenix because they want a high humidity climate. But you have a plan for that. But I have a plan for it. So we're going to see what happens with it this year. And we're going to cover some of that on your Shamus O'Leary YouTube channel. So subscribe, because you've got this incredible greenhouse that's going to be erected. Under construction. Under construction. Yeah. And these leaves feel amazing. Yeah. And a lot of new growth everywhere on the tips.
So it's this kind of stuff that I am always amazed at Shamus O'Leary's. This big, what is this, a 25-gallon?
25-gallon cacao.
Cacao. I never see that anywhere else. And this is doing okay here in the Phoenix area right now.
Yeah, it's doing fine so far.
That's great.
They need shade in the summer, they need warmth in the winter, and they need as much humidity as they can get. So underneath other trees, you have a lot of mulch, something going on. Also, many people grow these as house plants. They do really well in the house, and they'll get big, huge leaves on them.
So you could have this indoors?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. So what's next on the Shamus O'Leary tour?
Right behind us here, this is cinnamon.
Wow.
A true source of the spice.
Okay. Cinnamon tree.
And you can smell it right about here. It starts to hit you a little bit.
And if I were to taste it a little bit, it tastes like cinnamon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's intense. It actually smells like Christmas time.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing. So do people normally use the leaves or the bark of this?
The bark is where the spice comes from.
I see.
But they're fragrant throughout. So this is another one that many people grow as a house plant.
I see.
Yeah.
And this one is huge.
Yeah. This one I've been working on for a few years now. So.
I mean, because you're a big guy. I'm 6'1", you're bigger than me. I mean, that's a 15-foot, almost 12, 15-foot tall tree.
Yeah, another one that's about 5 years old.
Wow. Pretty amazing. These trees look immense. What are these trees?
This here is miracle fruit.
I can see the fruit berries up top.
Yeah. Actually, have you ever tried one of these?
I've never had one. I've seen this before, but I've never tried one.
Let me find you a ripe one here. That one's good. When they turn a nice dark red color, that's when they're ready.
So this is called a miracle fruit.
Now what you want to do with this is you want to chew it for 30 seconds and make sure it touches all parts of your mouth, your tongue.
Okay.
Work it around, spit the stone out, the pit, and then go ahead and swallow the fruit.
Am I going to die from this?
Possibly.
Okay.
We'll find out.
And why am I doing this? So I'm going to put this in my mouth right now. So this is my first time eating this. So really get it going.
Work it around for 30 seconds. In the meantime, I'll tell you about these trees.
It's really good. It tastes really good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Miracle fruit are really slow growers. So trees of this size, of this age, these are about 8 years old. These are 25-gallon miracle fruit. Those are extremely hard to find. And these here, they're already flowering. Obviously, they've already fruited. These are really good container trees. They don't like a lot of our winter cold, so you just leave them in pots.
Okay, so these are going to be a potted tree.
Correct.
And they're flowering like crazy. They have fruit already.
Yep.
And these guys are mature. You said 8 years old?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Each of these trees here will put out 400 to 500 berries this year.
Wow.
And those berries retail for about $3 a piece on the ground. And that's the only place that you can find them.
So that was $3. I just say
that was $3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what does this berry do? It does something special, correct?
Well, we're at 4 o'clock now.
Okay.
So in about 4 or 5 minutes, I'll check back and we'll try this. But it takes about 4 to 5 minutes for the fruit to take effect.
Okay.
And once that happens, anything that is sour becomes sweet.
Oh.
So in a few minutes, I'll give you this lemon to try. And you'll see what it tastes like. It just tastes like a lemon candy.
So I can eat anything sour and it'll be sweet after 4 or 5 minutes?
Yes. Bratwurst, or excuse me, sauerkraut, beer, onions, lemon, grapefruit.
Wow, any kind of fermented thing?
Correct.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they say this is good for cancer patients because they want to stimulate their appetite, which can be changed during chemotherapy.
Correct.
And so miracle fruit is good for that.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so stick around with us and in 4 minutes, I'll eat this lemon. I'll tell you guys how it tastes. So now we're here at this section, and these look like guava?
Yes, they are. Specifically, these are Indian white guava.
Indian white guava.
Correct. Guava is a real good grower here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Good for beginners. They don't take a lot of care. They'll take a bit of cold, they'll take full sun, really easy to grow. And most of our trees, you'll see, are mature size. While we do have 3 and 7 gallon size trees, we like to carry a good size inventory, like 15 and 25 gallon stuff. That will have fruit the first year.
These ones are taller than me, so they're pushing 12 feet tall.
Yep.
They're in 15 gallons?
Yep.
They look great. How many different varieties of guava would you say that you carry here?
Generally anywhere between 4 to 8, depending on the time of year.
Different kinds?
Yeah.
I know, I have about 10 different guavas from you. They're doing great. So
right.
So behind us is one of my favorite cherry trees that I never even knew what it was till I met you a couple of years ago.
Right.
And now I have 4 of these in my yard in Tempe, and they're doing great. And what is this?
This is Barbados cherry, otherwise known as acerola.
Acerola.
Correct.
Barbados cherry.
Highest known source of vitamin C on Earth.
Wow.
Very easy to grow. They'll take our full sun, they'll take our heat. They can see the tree that's in your yard. Check out your videos.
That's gone from a 3 gallon like this.
Yours actually started smaller than this.
Smaller than this?
It was about half the size, and in a year's time, it was monster.
And now it's beyond my reach in just 2 years' time. And it fruits pretty consistently throughout the entire year.
March through December is normal. And our Barbados cherry, you'll see these are good size. These are actually 3-gallon pots right now.
But yet they're great.
They're 7-gallon size plants.
Yeah.
And most of these will have fruit on them the first year, so there's no waiting for them.
So if anybody's in the Phoenix area interested in planting an acerola or Barbados cherry, come get them now before they're potted up.
And you do want to be careful with acerola because there's many nurseries around the country that sell a faux Barbados cherry, which is a relative, but it's not the actual true Barbados cherry acerola.
I see.
Florida Sweet fruit.
Okay.
These are certified Florida Sweet acerolas.
Okay.
So you know that when you come and get one of these from us, exactly what you're getting.
Because I've gotten other trees before I've known you, and they weren't exactly what I bought.
That happens frequently.
I put 3-4 years or something that's not what I really wanted.
Yeah.
So these are authentic Florida Sweet Barbados cherries.
Correct. Yeah.
They look fantastic.
Thank you.
And now I've been sucking on the miracle fruit for at least 5 minutes. Let's taste this lemon.
So we just picked this off one of our trees.
So I've got the pit from the miracle fruit that I'll plant at home, but we got the miracle fruit trees behind us, and I'm gonna taste the lemon now. So what do I do? Just taste it?
Yeah, so it's been about 5-7 minutes since you tried the fruit. So just eat the lemon, try it with the peel and all. Just bite into it.
With the peel and everything?
With the peel and all.
Okay. Kind of like, almost like tolerable like an orange.
Yeah.
Normally that would make me go puckered and watery eye, but that's
And you just ate the peel. So
I did. Let me take a vegan athlete size bite.
wow. It's a trip.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I need one of these trees.
Yes, you do.
I would be tasting everything.
Right.
That's an amazing. That's a vegan athlete first. I've never before tasted a miracle fruit. I've never before eaten a lemon.
Right.
Like it
lemon
was a
peel.
guava.
Lemon rind.
Lemon rind. But there are so many nutrients in the skin that I normally don't get because I don't want to eat it.
See, this is why you should be thanking me.
Yeah, you're improving my health right
exactly.
now. Wow, this is amazing. I'm gonna eat this for the rest of the tour. Thank you.
There you go.
That's fantastic. So we're here in this section of your nursery. These trees are in huge pots. What size are these?
25 gallon.
25 gallon. And they look incredibly healthy. The leaf looks kind of waxy.
Right.
What kind of tree is this?
This is Grumichama, which is a small purple berry from Central and South America.
Wow.
The cool thing about these trees are that Grumichama are never found in mature sizes. The largest Grumichama you'll ever find for sale are small 3 gallons.
Right.
So these here we've been working on for a few years.
Wow.
So these are going into my personal collection.
Okay.
But fortunately you can see here, they're actually flowering now.
Yeah, check this out.
So we're gonna have some fruit here soon.
So those are the Grumichama flowers.
Correct.
And this is what kind of fruit is it?
It's a small purple berry from Central South America. Sometimes a little sweet, sometimes a little tart, depending on when you pick them.
And do you have others of these for sale in the nursery?
Smaller sizes, yes.
Okay, cool. This is a really amazing part because everywhere is avocado trees of all different sizes. And this one behind us is really big.
This one here is a Marcus pumpkin.
Marcus
which
pumpkin.
I'm a fan of, not necessarily the big avocado connoisseur, but the fruit themselves are 32 to 40 ounce fruit, so they're the size of cantaloupes. So they have like some crazy presentation to them.
So the Marcus pumpkin avocado.
Correct.
Wow.
And these here are 25 gallon size. They're already mature, and we have about 15 different varieties of avocado in mature sizes.
Right.
So
if you only ever had a store-bought one.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different deal.
A whole different deal.
Right. Yeah. So we do Simmons, Russell, Lula, Winter Mexican, Marcus Pumpkin, Chiquette, Days, you name it.
The Aravipa.
Aravipas we have as well. Although Aravipas are pretty much a pre-sell item only because we're always sold out of those.
So no matter what your budget is, what your interest is, or how many different varieties you want to get, you have options for people.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've got probably a good 300 different avocado trees here to choose from right now going into springtime.
Wow.
So anywhere from the 3 gallon size, 7, 15, 25, and occasionally 65 gallons.
One of my secrets in the past has been to get to the nursery and get your trees right when they come in because they're fresh and they're healthy and
well, this is when you have the most options.
Right.
At the beginning of spring is when we bring out the big guns. So that's when you want to hit us. There's a lot of options to choose from.
That's awesome. Before everybody else takes them.
Correct.
That's amazing. They look fantastic. And over here are just a forest of 300 avocado trees that look so good, ready for planting. In this section, I know this tree because I have 2 of them. It's the Lychee or the Lychee.
Correct.
And what variety are these?
I have some sweethearts today, also Brewster, Mauritius, and tucked away somewhere in the back, an Emperor too.
For me, the Mamey Sapote and the Lychee are my two favorite fruits. So this is gold to me.
Well, the cool thing about the lychees is they can be grown. In fact, if anyone wants to check out your YouTube channel, you have a video of some trees that you've been growing at your property.
Yep. Over a year now.
Yeah, over a year. They've been in the ground about a year and a half, and they went through summer, not a problem. They went through winter, not a problem. Given the proper microclimate and a regular feeding schedule and proper watering, they'll do okay here. With lychee, cool thing is once a year, generally beginning of spring, is when we'll have some of the big mature stuff. Generally, we don't keep 25 or 15-gallon lychees on hand, but this is the busy time of year, so this is when we bring this stuff out. We also have 7 and 3-gallon available as well. But you can see from the size of these, like, there's no starting and waiting 5-6 years to get fruit on these.
Right. They already look healthy and mature.
So if you want something that's presentation worthy,
yes,
this is what you start with.
And also, I mean, if you have the means to get a larger tree like this, you're going to be more successful at growing it because it's already tolerant of different climates and different stresses.
Yep.
So I'm having a lot of success with my lychee tree, and it's a sweetheart.
Yep.
It took the cold very well, took the heat well as well, because we planted it under the canopy of a parent tree.
Right.
With a wall nearby, lots of mulch, regular feedings, so it has protection from intense sun, from cold, and from wind. So forward think a little bit,
yes,
and prepare your microclimate for a tree like this, and you'll be successful as well.
Treat it as an avocado in regards to planting here in Phoenix.
Right.
Just be a little overly cautious, and you should be okay.
Cool. So for everybody watching at home, this is a brief tour of all the business going on at Shamus O'Leary's, and it's beautiful and it's healthy. So much diversity of plants and trees. What are some tips you can give to people watching that are interested in growing their own fruit trees? Okay. Whether they're a newbie or an experienced person, what are some tips you have to make them successful from the get-go?
The most important thing that people need to think about in regards to any fruit tree is the microclimate. Okay. Is this an appropriate place for this tree where you want it?
Right.
With a lot of our stuff, the tropicals here in the desert, you need to find out first what the tree wants, and then see if you have any of those spots available in your yard.
Right.
It's not where you want a tree, it's where does the tree want to be.
That's right there, what you just said is a key point. Don't put the tree where you want it, put the tree where it wants to be.
Correct. Second, proper planting as far as the soil mixture. For most of my stuff, we use a third native soil, a third my soil, and a third compost. Mix in as much of the worm castings as you can afford. Feed regularly. The reason these trees look the way they do is because they're fed regularly. We don't just water them.
Right. So plant food.
Correct. Plant food.
Not just water.
Compost, worm castings, mulch, mycorrhiza, azomite, the whole 9 yards.
And we have countless videos here at the Shamus O'Leary YouTube channel that people can watch us plant trees.
Correct.
Dig the hole and feed it from the get-go.
There's no excuse that your tree doesn't make it, because the trees leave here healthy, they look good, they're ready to be planted and have something done with them. Check out one of our videos on the channel, how to plant the tree, identify your proper microclimates, how to feed, how to water, the whole 9 yards, how to protect it in the winter, how to protect it in the summer.
Right, that's
it can be done. Yeah. We're doing it, so you can do it as well.
And the more mature the tree gets, the easier it gets to take care of.
Correct.
Yeah.
The rule with trees is buy the most mature that is available that you can afford. Definitely. And that's why we try to keep a good size inventory of bigger fruiting age. We don't like to sell a lot of the 1 gallon size stuff that need to be grown in a greenhouse. We want to go with stuff that's already been hardened off a bit, so they don't need as much babying. Right.
And it's February now, 2016. It's a great time to start planting.
Yes.
Well, thanks for the tour. I love being out here.
Thank you.
And thanks for you guys for watching, hitting the like button for us, and subscribing. You can check out Shamus O'Leary's website at phoenixfruittrees.com. My site's jakemace.com, and we'll see all of you back here for the next video. Hopefully, another miracle fruit on the next video, because that was cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I live